Hello friends, welcome back. A few days back I had shared a video about a day in the life, and that was mainly about how and when I make time for YouTube videos in between my day-to-day chores, and I had promised that I would be sharing all the recipes for the meals that I cooked on that day. And so here I am sharing with you how I prepared my breakfast, lunch and dinner. So let's get started. Today's breakfast is going to be overnight oats with a slight variation from what we usually have. For that I'm having about half a cup of oats and adding about half a cup of water to it. And then here I have some Greek yogurt, so adding about 2 tablespoons and then mixing it all well, and then I just let it stay on the kitchen countertop overnight. And soaking it overnight reduces the phytates in the oats and is supposed to make it more digestible. This light fermentation gives a different flavor that we have been loving nowadays compared to the common oats that we have been having. I am doing the same in a different bowl for my husband as well. The next day morning what I do is add some grated pieces of ginger. Then I'm roasting some cumin seeds, curry leaves and some green chillies. And at last toasting some walnuts. I love this flavor in my oats and makes it more nutritious and protein rich. Then I'm just adding it into the oats, and that is what we are having for breakfast. It is very simple but just flavorful and nutritious. Now for lunch it's going to be mushroom pulav along with some dal. So for that I'm roasting some cumin seeds, adding some bay leaves, cinnamon stick and some cloves and some sliced onions. By the time it cooks a little, I have sliced some button mushrooms as well, and now I'm adding some crushed ginger garlic and some chopped up green chilies, and then it's time to add the sliced mushrooms into the pot. Then adding some salt, giving it a good stir, and then I'll close it for some time and let it cook while I can do some other chores. Once it is done, I'm adding in some green peas and then adding turmeric powder. Then it is time to add in the washed and soaked rice. And then some coriander leaves and then some water, and I shall let it cook. Meanwhile I'll make some dal. So my husband tells it is tasty when I make it in this way. So I have some butter melting and then adding the crushed garlic, cumin seeds, and this roasted flavor turns out nice and gives a good seasoning to the dal. Usually I don't add butter, but sometimes I guess it's okay. And adding in some chopped onions and giving it a good stir and letting it saute well. Next come tomatoes and some turmeric powder and some coriander powder, and letting everything cook well. I also add in some coriander leaves to it. And so by now the mushroom pulav is ready, and for the dal also this mixture looks blended well, and I have some boiled dal and just smashing it a little bit, and then it's time to add it into the onion tomato mixture. Then when everything is mixed well, I also add in some salt, and then at last squeezing some lemon juice, and it is ready. Also I like using some lemon juice on the pulav as well. And that's what we are having for lunch. Next for dinner we are having chapatis and chilli paneer and the dal that was left over from lunch. So for the chilli paneer I have all the spices ready here. Pepper powder, ginger garlic paste, turmeric powder, garam masala, cornstarch, chili powder and some salt. So I have some paneer cubes here and adding all the masala powder into it and mixing it all well and coating the paneer well into the mixture. And then here I am adding some oil and slightly frying the paneer. I just let it stay on the saute mode in the pot, and I'm making some chapatis here. So once the paneer is done, in the same pot I'm adding the chopped onions. And then some crushed ginger and garlic and a few curry leaves. Now I'm adding some salt, coriander powder, turmeric powder and some pepper. Everything is mixed well and finally adding the chopped tomatoes. And at last I'm adding a little water to this and closing it and allowing it to just cook and improve its flavor. And yes, now it's time to add the fried paneer into it. And dinner is ready with the chapati, chili paneer and the dal. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you soon. Take care and bye-bye.